Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwame Yasha'Allah, Koholim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to do a quick lesson on a few of these military things that's going on out here, right? Now this one, you know, there's some shit that this guy brought up when he had that meeting amongst those generals. Hegseth, but check it out though. It says, Hegseth refuses to meet American troops with beards during South Korea trip. So now, we know mainly this is going out to Jake. And when we say Jake, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. There's some so-called white men, you know, they wear beards, you know, they like their beards too. You know, but here you go, this guy right here, he doesn't have a beard, but you got the vice president of the United States, he has a beard. So why don't you pulling him to the side and saying, hey, look, you need to cut your shit off too. You know? Anyway, let's get into some of the article. Because these are Christians. And what I want to get into is that the scriptures talks about a man having a beard, especially us Israelites. And you, Jake, you go into these armies, you know, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and you cut your beard, and then you're damn, you're looking like Forrest Whitaker around your neck, the back of Forrest Whitaker neck, all around your mouth, just looking disgusting, man. Because you're not supposed to shave your beard. We don't have that texture of hair to be doing no shit like that. That's some Edomite shit. Like this Edomite right here. Secretary of War. Crazy, bro. Pete Hegseth has continued his campaign against facial hair in the armed forces by refusing to meet with bearded troops during his visit to South Korea this week. And what kind of morale is that? Well, you know, just retarded, bro. What the hell are you doing in South Korea? Well, we know that this man, he's not a keeper at home. He's everywhere. Hegseth has joined President Donald Trump. And you know what? Really what it is they've used you, Jake, man. Just like they've used the so-called black woman to destroy the family home, the family structure. They're done with you, Jake. They don't need you niggas no more. They don't need you in their military no more. They got enough, they, you know, make America great again, Edomites, so-called white people to handle that, man. They don't need you no more. What did he do? As soon as this guy came in, he got rid of, you know, generals and all kinds of so-called black people that he was calling DEI, as if you can become a damn general just by your color or something. No, man, you got to have some skill. You have to go through some ranks. You got to go through some things. See, he's building up his own white nationalist, Christian nationalist. He's trying to make America great again. He don't need you niggas no more. That's why they can shit on you like this. Okay, but it says, Hegseth has joined President Donald Trump on his tour of the Far East and meeting with his Japanese counterpart, Shinjiro Koizumi, if I'm pronouncing that right, probably butchering it, on Wednesday before visiting Camp Humphreys in South Korea, the largest U.S. military base in the world. Damn, it's larger than any base that's here in the Americas? Okay, all right. Show you how conquered these other nations are, too, when it comes to these Edomites. However, while he is there, the secretary has given explicit instructions that he will not spend time with soldiers granted shaver waivers, medical exemptions from orders to remain clean-shaven. Well, people have, why would you want your men to actually have a skin infection? So you would rather see these guys with bumps all over their fucking face and irritated with skin? That shit is irritating. I can remember when I used to do get line-ups and shit like that, man. Motherfucker hit your ass with that goddamn alcohol around your fucking neck, that astringent. That shit burn like a mother. But why would you want your men to be uncomfortable in that manner? They have to be clean-shaven as if everybody's skin and their makeup is the same. Everybody's makeup is not. You issue Edomites that they're the only ones out here that have that clean leprosy like how you got it. You're the only ones running around with that you know, with your blood showing forth through your skin. Nobody's made up like you. You're goddamn caveman. And to keep from looking like those actual cavemen that you know, the caves that you actually dwelled in, is you shave your damn arms and backs. You go and you get these waxes, you know, Because the scripture says Esau came out red all over, and he was hairy, man. So he's trying to hide the fact that he's actually Esau, but he wants you to get along with his bullshit too. And you, Jake, you deserve it. You go and join this man's military, you deserve to be talked to and be belittled like that. You deserve it, man. Maybe this will wake some of you doofies up so you don't go and try and fight against your Hawashai. Because World War III, that, you know, motherfuckers with these clean faces, they're going to get smoked by the Lord. And you don't want no parts of it because you're going to be fighting against your very power. You're your own Lord, man. Look at this dude. Crazy, bro. Motherfucker, he has no facial hair with tattoos all over him. So he goes against the scriptures, but these people are telling you that they're Christians, man. It says the detail was reported by the military periodical Task and Purpose, citing an email sent in advance of Hegseth visit by the 51st Fighter Wing in Osan Air Base in South Korea, outlining appearance expectations. As you know, it is typical for senior leaders to visit the troops when they travel to installations around the world. An Air Force official told Task and Purpose, confirming the authenticity of the email but declining to dwell on the anti-beard stipulation. Hegseth's fixation with lax personnel appearance standards, as he sees it, has become a feature of his tenure leading the Department of War, formerly Defense. He raised the issue in a March memo to senior military leaders in which he called for a review of all fitness, body composition, and grooming standards. I get the fitness part, which includes but is not limited to beards. Well, there was a matter of fact, I did a lesson on this. I don't know, maybe a year, 2 years ago. Where, matter of fact, let's just see the skin of these soldiers that's fucking using that goddamn razor, man. These Negroes, man. But matter of fact, let me get this real quick. This is 2 Samuel, and this is a warrior. This is going into our King David. You think that the men that was with King David didn't have beards when they was fighting at the time? When they was going out to war? Hell no, man. Every one of them had a beard because it was the law. But these people are claiming to be Christians. That's why the scriptures, Psalms 50 and 16, it talks about what is thou to do to declare my statutes, that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instructions and castest my words behind thee. You fronting as if you're Christians. You using the Bible. You acting like this a Christian fucking nation with all these other different religions in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You acting as if you're these super Christians, but you not keeping the scriptures, man. Anyway, this is a situation. I'm going to read this in the NLT too. 2 Samuel 10 and 3. Now this was a situation. I'm going to start it from the top so you can get the context. Sometime after this, King Nahash of the Ammonites died, and his son Hanan became king. David said, I am going to show loyalty to Hanan just as his father Nahash was always loyal to me. So David sent ambassadors to express sympathy to Hanan about his father's death. But when David's ambassadors arrived in the land of Ammon, the Ammonites commander said to Hanan, their masters, do you really think these men are coming here to honor your father? No, David has sent them to spy out the city so they can come in and conquer it. So he listening to his advisors. So Hanan seized David's ambassadors, shaved off half of the man's beards, cut off their robes at the buttocks, and sent them back to David in shame. Now check out what King David said. When David heard what had happened, he sent messengers to tell the men, stay at Jericho until your beards grow out, then come back, for they felt deep shame because of their appearance. He didn't say because their robes were cut at their buttocks, even though that's shame too. He told them to go stay at Jericho. He didn't even meet up with them. He just was like, hey, look, just go and chill. You got a spot out there, just go chill, you know what I'm saying? Grow your beards back in. And by a beard take a minute to grow. So, they was away from their families for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, beards don't, you get a 5 o'clock shadow, don't get me wrong. It's some men hair grow quicker than others. But if you left the house and your beard was, hanging down towards your pecs and shit on your chest, and then you come back, all of a sudden your shit is just, a 5 o'clock shadow, that people gonna be looking at you like, oh, damn, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So, no, beard is a royal thing, man, amongst the Israelites. And beard, they actually have properties, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as like health properties as well. But see, this is not for all people. This was a law that was given to the Israelites, because the Lord said in the law. Matter of fact, I just had it up here. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 27. This is the law. Ye shall not round the corners of your beards, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard. Right? So let's get this word mar. You're supposed to have a beard, man. Here you go. My thing is, these are people that are talking about they're Christians. It wouldn't matter if they wouldn't talk, fronting like they was, they Bible thumpers and shit. The word is Sahat, 878:43. The word, they have it as a phrase, shalt thou mar. To destroy. So you're not supposed to destroy your beard, man. Corrupt. Go to ruin, decay. Right? To spoil. To ruin, to pervert. Like, you can cut it. You can cut it down. You can trim it. You know what I'm saying? But to just completely, line your shit up, and you're trying to get all these damn designs, and you got the damn white chalk around your fucking head and face. Nah, man, that's not our custom, man. That's not something that we're into, man. And that's a lot of the reason why a lot of these, these brothers, they come into this truth, and then they realize that they can't stop getting them goddamn hairline ups and shit like that. They want the crispy, they 360 waves don't look the same. My girl don't like it like that. My girl don't like a beard. Fuck your girl. A lot of you niggas gonna die just because you trying to fucking look good trying to look cute and baby faced and shit for these chicks, man. Be a damn man. Like, come on, bro. Anyway, let me just get this. I wanted to check out and see, what's popping with because that's a real bad, tedious fucking thing, man. You know what I'm saying? To have them bumps grow on your fucking neck and because that shit can get nasty, man. Okay, so this is these are some Edomites looking all fuck. Look how nasty this shit look. Ugh. And sometimes that can come from some nasty clippers, man. Some nasty nasty razor, man. Because I used to cut hair. I remember that. You had to sanitize those clipper blades. You know what I'm saying? You cutting a motherfucker hair, and then another nigga sitting down, and then by the time you get to a number 10 nigga, you know what I'm saying? All these damn germs from each person's head. Because that's a close blade, man. That blade is actually clipping into your skin, which is leaving a residue of your fucking DNA being put into somebody else's shit, man. You're not supposed to do that. But let's see if we can pull up some Jake. I just put in beard irritation. Beard irritation. I ain't had no beard problems, man, since I've been growing a beard. No damn irritation, bro. You oil your shit up. You shampoo. You keep it shampooed. You oil it, and you groom it, man. You know what I'm saying? You get you a damn pick or get you a comb or something. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. You're fucking the man that's supposedly running the Department of War don't want to meet up with his warriors because of a fucking beard. You know how stupid that's it? These people stupid as hell, bro. But again, like I said, you Jake, man, y'all deserve that shit. Joining this man's military, going to help this motherfucker go steal shit. Get the hell out of here. Look at this nigga's head. I done a lesson on this not long ago. Matter of fact, when he actually gave that that statement that he said, look at this shit, bro. That's disgusting, bro. Look at that shit, bro. That is nasty work right there, man. Jake out here trying to be clean shaven for Esau and these fucking jobs, bro. Because he don't just do that for the military. He wants you looking like this for a job. It just so happened, I remember it's been maybe, I don't know, maybe going about 10 years in now, going hard, strong. A lot of athletes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of baseball players, football players, and, of course, on our end, you know what I'm saying? You got your Rick Rosses and your James Harden, and it kind of hit where that's when people, not only so-called blacks, but whites, everybody that could grow a damn beard started to grow beards at that time because it became like a staple thing, like something that was popular. But see, coming into this truth, you know, you find out that you're supposed to grow a beard. You grow a beard, man. Some don't. Some of us can't grow full beards. Some of us can. But whatever you can grow, you grow it, goddamn it, and you keep it. You know, just be, I'm gonna line my shit up because I'm going on a date with this bitch. I'm gonna line my shit. No, I go to a job interview, man. My shit is looking just like how it look when I'm on the highways and byways. Like I said again, you know, you want to keep it groomed. You ain't gotta let it just go crazy. You know. Keep your shit washed, shampooed. You know what I'm saying? Get you a decent shampoo. Some that don't dry your damn skin out, but you need a moisturizer anyway. It's all different kinds of oils you can put in your shit. Natural, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, keep your shit oiled up, man, and, you know, and keep your shit groomed. It just is what it is. Fuck Esau. The Lord can give you a job, man, where your beard is just fine, man. But a lot of Jake, you know, they do shit like that because of, you know, to get a damn job. That's just like with this, you know, when the COV-19 went down. Here this man giving you all these stipulations as to how you can come and work for his ass. Fuck him, man. The Lord is the one that created all things, man. He's the one that make poor make us rich, man. You might as well give these men the option to say, well, fuck it, nigga. Can I just fucking go without you trying to? Because if these Jake get up and they just like, oh, no, I'm out. Okay, well, I quit. What do you think these Edomites are going to do to all those so-called black men? They're going to arrest them and try and court-martial them and do all kinds of, and railroad them, bro. Crazy, man. Anyway, yeah, this nasty work right here. That shit look irritating as hell. And then once your shit happen like that, it's hard to get your skin back, man. Trust me, I've been there. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me put in what's my man's? How you spell his name? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Forrest Whitaker. Neck. I'm just gonna put in his neck. That right there. This right here. That's on the back of his head. This generally comes from dirty clippers. I remember that. Matter of fact, let me see though. They don't have a whole bunch of images on this shit. Because you can see back when he was younger, he had a decent little head of hair and stuff on him. See back when he was, you know, but I think he got hit with, I think he probably went to a barber. The clippers weren't clean. He got that bald fade in the back, and that shit probably some other dirty nigga ass DNA probably got under his skin, because that's generally how that shit go. Neck scar. Let me see. Y'all done seen Forrest Whitaker. Y'all done seen the back of this nigga's neck before, bro. No, they ain't showing it like that. But you get what I'm saying. You're not supposed to put them because you just never know how that shit gonna turn out, bro. That shit, if it hit you real bad, man, you can be out here fucked up. Like this right here, like you can clearly, our hair, it curls out of the skin, man. You cannot be putting a razor to your shit and cutting it that close. You want it to stay out of the skin. All you can do is just cut it down. You don't just scrape your shit, man, with no fucking razor, bro. Look at this shit. This shit is disgusting. I think this was the picture that I used. But look at this man's neck, man. Look at that, man. That's from your hair trying to grow back in from under your skin as a curl. See, Esau shit grows straight out like a damn dog. That's why he don't have no problems like that. But not to say that he, you know, because sometimes he can too. Because not all Edomites got, you know, straight, stringier hair like that. Like, look at this shit right here. See, this is that back of the neck Forrest Whitaker shit I was talking about right here. This nasty looking shit. See? That comes right there. I remember that right there would generally or normally come from, which picture I was in? That would generally come from bad clippers, bro. Because I cut hair all my life until I came into the truth. Because once I, you know, that was just something I gave up. I could still be cutting hair, but, you know, being a barber. But it was just something that I gave up because, you know, I was a barber shit. You know, everybody I cut, they wanted a damn lineup. You know, they want their hair lined up. And I mean, I specialized in that shit. I was good at that shit. You know? I made a lot of money, man, cutting hair, man. But once I came into this truth, I gave that shit up immediately. I don't cut nobody hair no more. That's been years now. I can still, you know, hit a person with a fade, hit them with a 3, you know, hit them with a, you know, whatever haircut shit. I can do all that shit. Because I started cutting hair when I was like 12 years old, man. I cut hair for a long time. Paid my way through school, all kinds of shit, man. But once I came into this truth and I'm like, oh shit, you can't destroy the beard, you can't get these lineups and all that, I just stopped cutting. It's what it is, man. But I can remember when I was cutting, I can remember I used to always keep my shit sanitized. You know, you want to keep your blades sanitized. You want to always change your blades up. You know? Because what was happening as well, not only was niggas wasn't sanitizing the blades, you know, because you could use alcohol, witch hazel. Y'all used to have like a little mix. They used to have shit that you can buy out of the beauty supply store. You know what I'm saying? That was you know, you can kind of sit your blades in, you let them run, little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you want to take the blades off, brush them out, make sure that everything was clean, because you cutting other people's hair. You know, matter of fact, it was a barbershop that I worked at where there had to be an actual shutdown of the barbershop, and a cleaning crew would have to come through, because that even the fine hair, like, you don't see it when you cutting people's hair. It's fine hair that blows in the wind that actually gets into your nostrils and get into your system that can fuck you up. So you had to clean the walls, clean the, you know, the bottom of the baseboards and the ceilings and shit. We used to have I worked at a mall at that point. But a lot of these barbershops, if you go to a barbershop and you come up out of that, boy, and you kind of feeling some kind of way, it's air in the hair. It's a nigga's hair in the air. Like, for real, that was just shit that I learned, man, when I was, you know, a barber, man. But this nastiness right here, see, you ain't supposed to put that razor on your neck like this. The back of this boy's head, man. Look at that. Because you can see that hair trying to come back out. And some people, they get it like this crunchy look. Yeah, they got a goddamn a snack cake that look like this nigga head. I think it's called a star crunch from back in the days. So Salakia, man, I'm not trying to be funny about it, but man, you can't do this, man. As so-called black men, especially you Judites, you especially cannot do this shit, man. But this is for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you Israelites in general. I mean, look at this man's head right here. Look at this shit. And this, you know, that's a bad dude, man. Look at this nigga's head. This is how Forrest Whitaker shit kind of look in the back right here. That's nasty work. Yeah, man, you can't put them clippers on your head like that, man. Look at this dude's head. You know, because some of our hair just grow different, man. Everybody's hair texture is not the same, man. Look at this shit, bro. This shit is retarded. Ain't no chicks trying to be, oh man, look at this one. Man, you a goddamn boy, you trying to get with a chick and you got this on the back of your neck? I don't give a fuck what you look like in the front. You could be muscle bound, you know what I'm saying? Looking with a supermodel face. But she get a hold of the back of this nigga's neck. Whoo. Now it's ways you can work things out. But that's nasty work right there, bro. But this is what happens, man. Now this is the just the back of a nigga's head from putting that, you know, that blade too close. Whew. Let me put in military now. Black men in the military. Now he trying to say that, you know, they're only trying to give them one I think 1 week out of the year where they can just let things grow out so their skin don't. Well, what the, you know, like that's a clinical, that's a fucking an infection, man. Why would you want your men to be running? Show you Esau don't give a fuck, bro. Crazy, man. Yep, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Look at Jake, man. Jake ain't got no business doing this, man, to himself. For what? And then they'll tell these men, you know, certain situations where you got to put on a gas mask, or you got to put on a matter of fact, you know what? When COV-19 was going down, one of the very first things they was telling black people to do was cut your beards off so your mask could fit on your face properly. I remember that. I done a lesson on that shit. Man, fuck Esau, man. Look at Jake, man. That shit is retarded. Crazy, bro. Y'all go to this man's military and get to listening to him and shaving y'all fucking faces like this, man. Here you go, they got this Jake sitting here with the hot ass towels on their face. Hating that shit. They don't really want to do that shit. This one right here says, new Army shaving policy will allow soldiers with skin conditions that affects mostly black men to be kicked out. You should be wanting to be kicked out. Hell, Trump, that nigga didn't go because of bone spurs. Hell, you should be like, you know what, I can't shave. That can be the best way that you niggas can get out of the military. Tell their asses you can't shave. And I bet you they'll come up with something different to keep your ass there. Look at this man's neck, man. It's crazy. That shit look like chemical burns, man. That's nasty, man. Anyway, man, but you Jake, man, y'all, boy, I tell you, man, I really gotta, you deserve it, man, because you let me get this one. I'll end out with this, man. This is one of Jake's main problems right here. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. You're not supposed to be choosing anything that this motherfucker is into. You should know that it's death. You should be doing the complete opposite. Why? Because Esau is the complete opposite of righteousness, man. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. So anything that he's coming up with, know that it's wicked off the jump, man. That's why the scripture says to never trust thine enemy. Just as I what did it say? Let me get it real quick. I don't want to butcher it. You're not supposed to trust this man. Here you go. You don't think that these people don't know full well that Jake's skin is not the same as the skin of these so-called white people, but yet they'll put you through that goddamn torture. You know what I'm saying? To man, and then for what? I know Jake, pretty much overall, Jake just there, man. It's somewhat of a job / career. Jake not really patriotic like that. And I think they know it anyway. They know Jake not patriotic like that. Jake don't give a fuck. That's just a way for Jake to get out of the hood. Couldn't get a job, wanted to go travel, hit a couple of other countries, man, and get some box, man. Some different box from all over the world. That's all. Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. You're not supposed to trust this man. Not to mention they feeding you slop. Here you go, they spend all this money on war, and they ain't even got sense enough to give the men real nutritional meals, man. You're giving the motherfuckers some GMO RMEs, man. Crazy, bro. Ain't no way. Anyway, y'all better get the hell out of this man's military. I'll put it that way. Because the Lord is going to torture y'all asses, man, when it straight comes down to it. And the scriptures talks about how he's going to be so afraid he's not going to want to even fight, but the Lord going to put it on his heart to come on with it, nigga, so you can get your ass smoked. Anyway, with that, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala and the Bible Ball. I know y'all hear all those birds in the back. It's some season where all these birds fly in from wherever they fly in at. Motherfuckers be making all kinds of noise. They get quiet and then they get back at it. Now they quiet. Whole big, look at them. Now they taking off. About 1,000 of these. Anyway, let me get from out here. They be taking them dumps on you. With that, Shalom.